We are back. We are back. We are back. Oh my God. You know, I am getting addicted with you, ladies, with you, darlings. I've been watching all your videos. I've been following you. It's so hard to catch up with so many amazing content, dancing, singing, positive energy, positive vibes. Oh my God. I am loving it. It's so, so beautiful. And this is where it starts. This is the whole thing. When you are about to start something amazing, it can be, let's say, a public speaking, it can be a project, it can be a video. You first have to bring yourself into a high level of energy. Whatever amazing that you want to start, before anything else, you want to bring your level of mental state into a high peak state where you feel unstoppable. Now, type yes, I felt unstoppable today while you've been dancing and singing. I'm unstoppable. How did you feel from 1 to 10? Have you realized that once the body start moving, everything else start moving, the whole world start moving around you? Have you realized that probably you are in moments that you feel down, you probably, you feel drained, your energy is low, and probably you had a meeting, but you feel you don't want to do that meeting. You were supposed to go to an event, but you feel you don't want to go to that event. And you know what happens? You start moving up, and you go and have a shower, and you do your hair, and you do your makeup, and they start moving, and then suddenly you don't feel sleepy anymore, you don't feel tired anymore, you're just running to get the taxi or to get the train, and then you go there, you completely forgot, probably you have been sick all day. From the moment you go and put yourself out there with people with the right positive energy, you absolutely get into a complete different level. So how did you feel? How did you feel from 1 to 10 when you started dancing? Because as Tony Robbins says, you have to change the physiology. Until you change the physiology, nothing else can come to the high peak level of your mental state. And this is where amazing things happen. You know where the amazing thing happens? Into the higher self, into the level where you are inspired, where you are motivated, where you are full of energy, you are unstoppable, and you feel that your time is right now. I can see, yes, really, you're 10 plus, Giovanna, 10 plus, all of you, 100%, absolutely. So look, I'm a psychologist by background, and many people, when they come and tell, I'm not feeling good, I'm not in the good mood to go and do that video, because today we're going to talk about content creation, especially in the video. And to be in front of the camera, honestly, you have to be in that level. You have to be in that space, in that zone where you feel unstoppable. And if you don't feel that way, and you're feeling like, I don't have energy today, you know how the energy is produced? The most amazing way to produce the energy, and in fact, this is how the energy is produced by humans in our body, is by thoughts. Thoughts produce energy. But in the same time, who is commanding your body? Your thoughts are commanding your body. Your mind is commanding your body. If you tell yourself, get out now, start moving, start doing it, guess what your body does? Start moving. And when you change the physiology, everything starts to change. So you have to combine both parts. And when you are in that level, then we are ready to go. Now, today we're going to talk about content creation. If you are in business, you always have to come with lots of ideas. Now, say yes or me if you are in business. I believe most of the ladies here in our community are entrepreneurs. And I want to see who is in business, and if you are in business, how creative you feel from 1 to 10, how creative you feel to produce that content. I want to see right now, who is a good creator here in this group? Who is someone that feels like, yes, I am always at the top. I'm all the time producing content and being consistent, because this is the most important part, being consistent. You may produce the best amazing video right now, or you may let me move the Zoom. You may also manage to get lots of attraction and bring lots of traction into your social media channels for one or two things, and then you stop, and that's it. You're done. The thing is that you have to be consistent. If you are not consistent every single day, then you are missing the trick, because it's not about how amazing you are, it's how determined you are and how consistent you are. Now, how can we be consistent when we run out of the ideas, and when we run out of the energy, and when we are tired, and when we feel that we have so much to do, when we feel overwhelmed? Yes, there are moments that we feel like that because we are running our business. And when you're running your own business, you are not only the CEO of your company, you do 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 other jobs. So you cover at least 10 people, and you expect that everybody should do the same. But here is the thing. Content creation now, no matter in what kind of business you are, it's the most important part, because it's the PR, it's the marketing, it's the fuel of the business. And many times I hear ladies say, but do I have to do it myself? And yes, Linda, you definitely love it because you are great. You're also very consistent. Now, when I hear this question, do I have to do it myself? Oh, I'm not sure I can do it myself. Can I hire somebody? Yes, you can hire somebody to do bits and pieces, but you are the face of the business. Who else knows your business better than you? Who else can deliver a message better than you? Who else knows the why behind of what you're doing better than you? You probably can do lots of meetings with somebody who is going to take over of your content creation, but is it authentically going to represent you? For example, I had quite a few cases where I had to hire different copywriters and help me with the content. And I really struggled to understand. I said, look, this is not my vision. This is not the way I write. They started sending emails in my name, on my behalf. And many times I was into a big conflict. I said, no way, stop. I just had to stop my IT team. Said, this is not me. If I allow this email or this piece of content to go out there on my name, on my behalf, I'm going to confuse my audience. My people know immediately what is my language. My people know that English is not my first language. My audience knows that I'm going to do little mistakes, and this is what exactly I want. I don't want to come across as perfect, but I want to come across as human. So if you are thinking like a big barrier for you, in order for you to produce this daily content for your business, is the language, that should be an advantage. That should be in your favor, because if you have an accent, or if you write something which is not perfect, then many people are going to resonate with that, and they are going to understand that this is coming from you in an authentic way. Now, of course, then if you have a team that can edit it and can make it still is your content, but can make it as part of something bigger, why not bring it in? Now, let's go to because the most important part is this. Let's go to this how to produce the content, because at the end of the day, what matters is the message. That is the best part, the most important part. Now, in order for you to come across with a top message, you need to know from the very beginning what is that thing that you are good at. And you know why this is important? Because this is where you win people over. If you want to win something, or to win a conversation, to dominate a conversation, or to dominate the market, bring people into a zone where you are the expert. And they start thinking, wow. And if you really want to feel inferior and to completely stay silent and not understanding what is happening around you, go to a table where they are talking about a topic where you have no clue what is it about. So this is why you need to focus on something and bring people together through your message based on the topic that is coming from your why. Because if you start changing and redirecting the audience in different topics, then first, you're not going to feel confident, and second, they're going to feel confused. So the very first part of your content creation, especially when you're talking about the video, is choose the topic. And it's always important that you choose this topic from the very beginning. You can't start doing some research and then find out what is your topic later. No, from the very beginning, that's the topic. You are an expert on that, and you are attracting only people who are interested in this topic. You do not need to attract the whole world. You just need to attract these people who are interested in that topic. Now, who might be these people? These people who probably have some kind of pain, some kind of dramas and traumas, going through that journey to solve the problem. Now, in this case, you are identifying a problem. So what you do in this content, you focus in two elements, into the pain or into the pleasure. So I have been seeing many videos in this challenge where women, amazingly, honestly, we have amazing women in this challenge. Absolutely love your content. Great piece of content. I just need to find out how consistent you are. But I have seen, for example, you focus, have you ever experienced some pain, let's say, in the shoulder, or have you probably have been struggling with your finances, or are you facing difficulties with your children, or are you going through the menopause, or are you struggling to grow your social media, or whatever? So when you ask this question, what are you doing? You are addressing a problem. You are tapping into their pain. Now, you can focus a little bit on that pain, or you can start in the other side. I want to take you in a journey. Now, imagine as you are waking up in the morning and makeup and face up, show up, get the luggage, go to the airport, and fly over and go to a meeting in New York. In that meeting, you're going to find lots of amazing women who are like-minded, and as like you, they have a dream, they have a vision, and they have been waiting for you. And you go there, and guess what? You find your business partner, the dream partner, someone who is starting together with you an amazing opportunity to grow a business, and you are going to make history together. Now, visualize yourself how your life is going to change when you fly over as a businesswoman and you start a new movement that is going to change your life and many people's life. So now what I did here, I focus on the pleasure. I make you dream. I make you visualize yourself, imagine yourself, how everything is going to change. Finally, that day, that dream is coming true. So ideally, I personally prefer to focus on the pleasure, but of course, probably you can choose to focus on both. Probably you can start, hey, I used to be in a really bad place, in a dark zone. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was struggling financially. I was completely lost. Nobody believed on me. I was rejected many times. So I want to know who else resonates with that. Have you been to that place where you completely lost faith in this world? You lost faith in yourself and you thought this doesn't work. So where are you focusing on the pain? But the good news, then you turn them around. But the good news is that there is always coming. It is always there. The fact that you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's there, waiting for you, my darling. If you're watching this video, that means that you are here for a reason. It is a synchronicity. It's a divine intervention. It is something that was meant to happen. Can you believe it? The fact that you are listening this message right now means that there is some hope. What are you doing? You have tapped into that pain and you are giving people hope. And yes, you tell them, I have been there. When, especially when I go on stage or when I'm doing a video, in particular for a specific program or inviting them to an event, I always use this. Yes, I've been there. You may come and tell me, oh, I've been abused. I've been there. You may come and tell me, oh, I've been homeless. I've been there. You may tell me, oh, I didn't have the money and nobody supported me, or all kind of things, whatever you mention. It's good when you say I've been there, because people want to relate with you. People want to associate with you. And especially people associate with the story. Now let's come to the other best bit of the story, of the content. Now, as part of the content, it's very important that you mention your story, because people may forget about your content, but something that will never forget is your story. And if you tell the story, then they are going to connect the content and the story together, and they are going to remember you. You want to become rememberable. And in order for you to become rememberable, also, it's very important that when you find the name of your project or your company or the content creation is specifically connected with the name or the topic, the hook. What is the hook? Probably you have great, amazing content, absolutely beautiful, but if the hook is not bringing them in, and it's not attraction for the content that you're creating, you have lost them. Nobody's going to click. So as a journalist, I always have been hunting on finding the title. I remember when we used to work as a journalist, my editor-in-chief at the beginning, when I started working, and that was a very, very, honestly, that was a very good experience for me, because it's what I do now, even though I don't apply that much in the magazine, but I will tell you the reason why, but I apply it into my business. So there are two different things. So when you're writing, for example, a content for a webinar, or a content for a video, or a content for a landing page, or a content for an event, or for an ebook, or something freebie, it's very important that you choose that title. And as I was saying, when I started my career as a journalist, my boss used to ask me to go and meet somebody with the title in mind. He used to say, this is the title, and when you come back, I just want the content below. I don't need the title. So you have to go with the title in mind. You have the title in mind, and when you go there, you do not finish the interview until you have got the title, because the title has to come out of the interviewee. So I was under the pressure. So no matter what, how much they were trying to kind of avoid the questions that I was doing to them, sometimes politicians especially do that. You ask a question and they give you completely a different answer, and you don't get the title. You have to go over and over again until you get the title. And you have to do the same. Let me charge the phone. You have to do the same, especially when you are selling. Okay? Are you with me? I want to see if you are with me, my darlings. I want to see if you are live. Okay. Now, another important thing, especially if you are doing a video to announce, to launch something, always try to put some testimonials, because people want to see, yes, it has worked for you, but how about me? It was easy for you, but I want to make sure that it's easy for me too. And always find ways, how do you involve other people? Very short, very concise, very straight to the point. Very, very important that you include something. Now, again, I said yesterday a little bit of, let me check with the time, because Sami said I have to be strict at 6:30 today. When you're about to start creating something, create a design, create a structure. So the topic, what is going to include, what is it about, and also prepare yourself with all the energy that you need. But in the same time, bring some people in, and also, as I mentioned yesterday, see it as a news. This is not something that you are doing it and who cares. It has to be a news. It has to be something that people really desperately want to search for it, because you are providing here a solution. And business is all about that. Every time when you put yourself in front of an audience, you always have in mind, who is my audience? What is their problem? How can I give them the pleasure? So you have to find the pleasure before you go and speak to them. You can't just go, yes, I understand. Yes, I've been there. Yes, you can tell them I've been there, but they don't need somebody else to cry with them. They need somebody to guide them how to get out of it. You can tell, look, I've been there, but I'm not there anymore. And I know the formula how to get out. So that's why if you're in business, the content has to be around who is your audience, what is their problem, what is their pain, and have you found how to give them the pleasure? They want it. That's why they're following you. They are hunting for that pleasure. And also, how can you keep them entertained? And also, how can you keep them into that curiosity and hungry enough? So when you are trying to give them the pleasure, don't give them the dessert from the very beginning. You have to start with the starter, and then the main course, and then you come to the dessert. So you always want to keep them hungry, and then you want, when you do feed them so well, you know what we say in our culture, they will come back. They don't want to go. So you feed them exactly to what do they want. Now, let me tell a story. You always need to give them their food. And I've shared this story a few times. A professor was invited to speak into a big audience. And he enters the room, and guess what? In the front row, there is only one person. He goes on stage and is wondering, what do I do? Should I still deliver my presentation? And he decided to ask the gentleman who is waiting, the only person waiting in the room. He said, sir, do you think I should deliver my presentation? And guess what he said? Professor, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just a farmer. But when I go to the farm, I still give food to my horse. I said, okay, I got the message. So you have to identify your horses. Now, listen to this. It's not finished yet. The professor continued delivering his presentation. And in the middle of the presentation, he decided to stop because nobody came in, still just one person. And he asked the gentleman, sir, do you think I should continue my presentation? Guess what he said? Professor, I told you, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm telling you, as a farmer, when I go to this farm and I find only one horse, I give him his food only. Now, keep this in mind. You want to make sure that everybody gets their own food. It's not the same food for everybody. You have to identify, and you have to channel, and you have to niche. For example, today, I know my audience is a group of amazing female entrepreneurs who want to get their message out there. So your message has to be always addressed to your audience. And then give them exactly the food that they want. And give them exactly in the order. What is the starter? What is the main course? And what is the dessert? Now, are you ready for the dessert? I have saved the dessert with Sami. Sami Zayden is coming to you, my darlings, to give a beautiful dessert. I want to see, are you ready for the dessert? Yes or no? And by the way, tomorrow, it's my favorite day because we are going to talk how to make money with public speaking. And to be honest, that's the reason why I am doing the whole, challenge. Because I want you to take advantage of this opportunity and take all the knowledge. And tomorrow I will share a blueprint formula how to make money with public speaking, which means that you can be hired as a public speaker and be paid, or you can create money with your own public speaking opportunities that you'll create for yourself. So are you ready for it? Do you really want it? It is possible. It is there. But are you willing to do the work? Honestly, you may say, as I said, it is easy, but it's difficult. If it is easy just to tell you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and then this is the formula. These are the ingredients. Very simple, and done. That's it. It's not an invention. But are you willing to do it? That's the point. You have to show up. If you don't show up again and again and again and again, then you are missing the trick. Then you belong to the 90 5%, because as I usually say, it's only 5% of the population, they belong to that level where they go and do whatever it takes. And for you, my darlings, I want you to use this challenge to go and do whatever it takes, to take actions. I am a big action taker. I want to try everything that is connected with my vision, everything that is connected with my purpose. And I have made it clear, I think, as I emphasized in the other sessions, you have also to, especially when you are producing content, it's very important that you know clearly your purpose, because then your purpose will drive you to create a vision. And if you have a vision, everything else will be easier and easier, because every time you're producing content, it's just flowing in one channel. And you stay in one lane. You don't cheat to your vision. You don't jump from one thing to another thing. If you're jumping, it's everything coming in one pot. You are not diluting. You are not going, you don't, as I said, I have that shiny syndrome, but that shiny syndrome should attract you toward your vision. That's why you have to bring everything else in one channel. And nothing is wasted if you bring them to the channel. As I said, I mentioned yesterday, for example, the knowledge can expire. Yes, it can expire if you don't take it and repurpose it. There are so many things that probably you have done in the past. If you don't use it, it's done, it's over. But what you can do, you can bring it up and you can repurpose it. And you can put it to serve your purpose, to serve your vision. And then one big thing before we go to the dessert, then in order for you to reach your vision, you'll have to set up goals. Successful people have goals, and they have goals not only here. They write their goals, they read their goals, they implement their goals, they go and check over and over again, and they tick the boxes. Have I done this? Have I reached this? Why I didn't do this? So are you going to do this? If you have a goal to reach a vision, write it down. What is your vision? And break it down. What does it take for you to reach that vision? What kind of goals you need to set? Yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals, everyday goals. You have to make sure that you commit and you start and you complete and you win. Okay? Are you ready? Now you all, have you received, by the way, yes, smart goals, Robbie, I miss you. You are amazing. Now, have you received the Zoom link? Has everybody received the Zoom link? If not, please connect with the team leader. We'll send you the Zoom link directly. Come and join us right now, because Sami Zaydan is right now on Zoom, and oh my God, today is a big day. You are going to love it. We're not going to let you go until you are committed and you have put the date in your diary and you have nailed it. Okay, great. Sami Zaydan, are you here? Oh, amazing. I'm about to close this video. Thank you, my darlings. I love you, and come and eat the dessert right now.